And again, he stooped down, started writing in the ground. Can you picture that? He stands up, he faces all of these people. He says, okay, no problem. Go ahead, stone her. Just the first one that hasn't committed a sin, you can throw the first stone. And then he stoops back down. Now let me ask you, how would you be feeling if you were this group of Pharisees right now? I think I know what I would be feeling. Oops, I didn't think of that one. Uh-oh. And it says that the oldest ones were the first ones, probably all had the stones in their hands right there. They dropped the stone, doesn't say that, and they walked away. And then the ones that were a little bit younger said, wait a minute, if they're leaving, I'm leaving. And they took off. Pretty soon, no one was left. All of the accusers were gone. But you know what it makes us realize? You know, when somebody, when we find ourselves doing something that we wish we weren't doing or we hadn't done, something that we just can't get over, a lot of times what we do is we say, well, I have my reasons for that. I had this bad experience when I was a kid. I had this, I had that, and we have, or we might say, well, it's not my fault. It's that person's fault. And so Jesus, unlike us, unless God uses us, has the ability to convict and to convince people. And here were these Pharisees who were all out to get Jesus, all out to destroy him. And all of a sudden they realized, you know what? I don't have the right to judge here. I also am a sinner. And so one by one they left. It says, then those who heard it began to be convicted. And then Jesus was left alone, and the woman was standing in the midst. So Jesus is now writing on the sand again, right? She's standing there. What's going to happen next? And Jesus stood up. What do you think she was feeling when Jesus now stood up? Uh-oh. Look what happened to them. And I'm caught in the act. I'm busted. This is over. I know that he's a righteous man. He raised himself up, and he saw no one but the woman. So now we have Jesus, we have the woman, all of the crowd of Pharisees have took off, or they've blended into the crowd of people that are listening there. And he said to the woman, where are those accusers of yours? Has no one condemned you? Where are your accusers? Has no one condemned you? And she probably was realizing right there, no one but you. I haven't heard your verdict yet. But everybody else has left, strangely enough. And she said, no one, Lord. No one, Lord. What does that tell you about her? It tells you that she's starting to recognize who Jesus is, not just another someone. And Jesus said to her, neither do I condemn you. Wow. All her life, she probably had felt like nothing. Right? The only way she feels like something is if she can be something to some guy somewhere. Engaged to one guy, sleeping with another guy. Who knows what she went through in her life? She felt like nothing. But Jesus said, neither do I condemn you.